Hello there YouTube, welcome to the video here on the channel. My name is Emily. Today we are here on the Class 350 on the Manchester Airport commuter route. We're driving a Transpennine Express service from here to Edinburgh Waverley today. We are going to start with the train. Oh, I forgot we need to enable AWS in this game. Just like that. Right, now that the safety systems are cut in, we'll also enable AC power. Close the VCB and up the pan. There we go. Unlock doors on the right. Set headlights today running. I'll register the customer, which is not set up, which is a shame. I am using a livery today from the Creators Club to get the stained glass Transpennine Express livery on these vehicles. You can see the interior is still very LNWR. Say hi to free Wi-Fi. Hi, free Wi-Fi. Now, what we're going to do is, because this train's going to a separate location, the interconnecting doors aren't opened on it. So we'll now be departing as a 4-car. Got 5 seconds till we're due to depart. Paranoia is big. And yeah, once we depart, our first stop in this mini-series will be Manchester Piccadilly. I feel like I do a lot of the Transpennine Express, like full-length journey jobs. Yeah. Well, there you go. So we're now running as a 4-car. We've left the remaining 4 cars behind. Another the driver who brought the site in is going to take that out, and I think they're going route learning somewhere with that. Wink, wink. Yeah, there we go. So going up to 60. Got the 40 AWS, and that's because the line diverges left and right. But we can accelerate for a while yet. Just making sure we're 100% on overhead lines. There we go, we'll coast over the pipework at 40. The line diverging right goes towards Alderley Edge. Line diverging left takes us back to Manchester Piccadilly. So quick capture the class 350. Up there, TMS, guard key. So if we wanted to operate the doors ourselves, we can do that. brake pressure indicator. Now, important note: the air brake, sorry, only kicks in normally on the set of two vehicles. So the two driving vehicles are powered. The two centre vehicles are trailers. Basically, just to stop them jostling, they have their own air brakes, which is fun. We're now fully on the main line, so we're going to full power. Shush you. And go for 75 miles an hour. 75 miles an hour is our line speed now, all the way to the junction where we join the main line into Manchester from Stockport. We just keep thrashing it down there. When we get up to 75, I'll just chop it into idle power and we'll coast for a bit. 70. 75. Moving across, you then got your basically your power indicator, so it shows how much power you put it or braking you're putting down. Speedometer, indicating that this unit is qualified for 110 running. AWS, horn. TPWS, AWS, uncouple, HVAC off, which is simulated. Safety system isolated light, hazard warning light switch, just flashes the headlights. Taillights, day headlights, or headlight controls. There we go. DRA, panel VCB, controls, wipers, windscreen heater, windscreen washer, PASCOM warnings, power reduction switch, which I don't think is actually simulated. Reverser, master key, throttle, left-hand door controls above the throttle there, and on the right-hand side, you've got GSMR, emergency brake plunger, and then a right-hand door controls. There we go. So put a Java power on just to get us up towards 75 again, and we'll go idle. And we're just going to coast. We're coasting we can basically coast most of the way to the junction for Piccadilly. Which is quite a nice little feature. Oh, hello. So yeah, I've had a couple of days basically doing not much because of the event I discussed in the Robinson flying video. Yeah, it's just a shame, really, if I'm honest. That's probably the best I can describe it. It's a massive shame that that had to happen. But anyway, otherwise, controls here, PA, internal call, that'll be for the passenger alarm unit. So you press the button in the toilet, that'll basically shut the CCTV probably, and you'd speak to them using the far handset, not the near one. And reset is reset. That's if you start getting echoes. That is what it is on Hitachi systems. Probably similar on Siemens. What else? You've got fault lights, you've got alarm sounders. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing good. Like I say, I'm not doing the best I've ever done, but I could be doing a lot worse than I am. That's the way I look at it. Could be a lot worse off. I'm going back to work tomorrow. I decided that that was the right decision. So I'm going to be going back there. I've got the scary manager for my return to work, which it is what it is, but just have the conversation. You know, I've processed what I needed to process, or begun to process, I should say, I think. It's probably the way I'm going to phrase it tomorrow, and the way I think is the accurate way to phrase it. But, yeah. This is an alright little route. This is the segment I've driven the most of. I've driven down to Stockport on the 323. and I've not driven from sort of Stockport. Well, no, sorry, I've driven down Alderley Edge. I've not driven Alderley Edge back up, but that's not massive track. That's track I've driven in TS Classic that I'm missing. We'll go up to 70 one more time, and then we need a brake entering this curve. It's certainly nice just being able to cruise on this segment and not actually have to. Oh dear God, Ellen. I'm just trying to set like half brake. That'll do. Some of the vehicles for this were actually built in Prague. This train. The Tizos, I think, on one of the batches. No, basically some of the centre coaches were built in Prague. Obviously, these no longer run with Transpantomime. The 354s now run with LNWR. They got transferred over when TPE got the new CAF units, which are theoretically 125 capable. And to us, they're more intercity units and there's more capacity on them, so it makes sense for TPE to have those. Like, I never quite understood these because the West Coast Main Line route for TPE is their most sort of intercity route they run. Why were they running it on glorified commuter units, you know? We can't, well, yeah, now that we're on the main line, we could go up to 75, but to be honest, I'm probably just going to coast, actually. At 50, because we start slowing down again. That is Longside Depot. That's Manchester International Depot. Fun fact for you, Longside Depot, one of my good friends, used to be an HR person there. She's Mancunian. Which is probably enough for most of you who would know them to know who it was, if you know them. Oh, I slowed down really early. Oh well, we'll just sit at 40. So we are booked to get in in 4 minutes. It's a mile away. So yeah, just gives you an idea of like. I love the DSU stuff. I love the. Ooh, that's B network, right? I'm presuming that's what this simulates. That wasn't a thing until like 24, 20, 23, 24. Just saying. Don't let this bus spotter out. Hey. You'll see from this why I decided to leave the last 4 cars behind. I think this shows off a really interesting part of the arrival into Manchester Piccadilly onto the 3 platforms. So the line we're joining here is the line through sort of Deansgate, well, Oxford Road, Deansgate, and then it either diverges left or right at, I believe, Castlefort Junction or something like that it's called. And basically, you go left, you go to Liverpool Lime Street via Warrington Central. You go right, you go via the Trapmoss route. And and you can then go over and go towards like Wigan, and yeah, basically there's a lot of routes for you to take there. And as such, they are yeah, got the red ahead. So we're going to stop halfway down the platform here. Basically, it's very busy. So the platforms at Piccadilly are designed so there's a signal halfway down the platform, so you can put 2 trains in the same platform, Piccadilly. I'm going to stop up against the signal, although that train's now leaving. We'll see if the signal pulls off. This is the drop signal's pulled off, so we'll go to the end. But I could have stopped there. No, sorry, there's an A and B portion to the platform. And when I did my notes for this run, I stopped there because I was on time. Or well, frankly early. There you go, and we're off, and we'll hand over to the next driver. There you have it. No points because it wouldn't platinum run. Minus speed there, which is fair enough. But aside from that, we're doing good. There you go, folks. So another driver's going to jump on and take it the rest of the way over to, well, probably as far as Preston. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. There you go. The PIS networks is going to Edinburgh. See you guys later. Bye-bye.